Hi, my name is Isaac Huerta, and I've been a hairdresser for 14 years. 14 years, showing my age there. I'm from Fresno, California, and I work at a salon called Preen, one of the most premier salons here in Fresno. I appreciate the opportunity that you guys have given me to potentially be an advisor for Joico. I've been using Joico now for about, I'd say consistently for about 6 years, and it's actually the only color line that I've ever used in its entirety. So many times before, I was actually trained with Goldwell, um, and I used that for a long time, and then I would switch. I would kind of jumped around, used Wella, used Paul Mitchell, used a little bit of Schwarzkopf. But when I came across Joico, it was a line that to me had everything. You know, you have the intensities, you have, now with Blonde Life, you have the Lumishine. Now it's like amazing when you guys, were working with Beth Minardi. I did several different trainings with Beth Minardi um, in Darien, Connecticut, here in Fresno, a couple in Los Angeles. So I've been kind of familiar with the whole Joico family in general for quite some time now. And I just want to say thank you for possible opportunity to become an advisor, and hopefully you will consider my application and request. What I'm gonna do for you guys today is a pretty simple blonde technique, one that I like to use.
Okay,
So
so to begin, our model, Kristen, has a little bit of lightness on your hair. As you can see, she hasn't had her hair colored or highlighted in about 7 months. She's about a natural, darker level 7, definitely ashier, but she wants to be warmed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize the technique, a combination of a balayage and baby light. I'd like for there to be some pop to the hair, but I also want to keep it kind of subtle. She does want to see some roots, so we're going to have a little bit more of a rootier type of a look. We're going to start here in the back, and I'm going to be going side to side, utilizing the balayage and baby light technique between both sections. So to begin the process, we are going to be using Joico Blonde Life Lightener, best in the business, along with 20 volume peroxide. The awesome thing about Blonde Life is that it was specially formulated for people with double processed, heavily highlighted and bleached hair. Our overall finished result ends up being gorgeous, beautiful, shiny, healthy hair. So here we are working into the back on the left side, working here on a baby light. Now notice how when I fold my foils, I only tap the left and the right sides. I never ever touch the top portion of the foil. Thus being the reason, because what I've experienced in the past, when you touch it at the top to make sure it's sealed, a lot of times what ends up happening is it is a lot more splotchier. You end up with what some people call holidays, and we definitely don't want to see that. Our clients definitely don't want to see that either. And working into a baby light over here on the right side, taking the smallest of sections so that we get that subtle effect. I like to leave a buffer out just because, like I said, I want to see a little bit more of a rooted type of effect. And I like to brush upward. What that does is that gives us a much more softer effect, so you don't end up with just a line straight across the top. And also what I'm going to do later is I'm going to root shadow her, so this also helps me out for that portion of the service. And again, tapping just the sides, never tapping the top or even touching the top, because we don't want to end up with any holidays or any spotted type of looks. Working into our next section, this one will be our balayage piece, and again leaving a very small amount out as a buffer. And notice here, as I start to apply, I apply in the middle and then I work my way up into a V. That really helps me, again, when I go into root shadow. It just gives a very beautiful, lived-in, natural effect. So as the hair grows out for the guest, they don't have this, oh my god, I have roots type of a look. And here we are working into the right side of the hairline. Really quick, being careful on where I want to place my baby lights versus placing the balayage. Kristen's hairline in some areas is a little more sparse than others, so paying attention to that also, and only placing baby lights where they need to be placed and placing balayage pieces where they need to be placed. Again, tapping only the sides so we don't leave any splotchiness in the hair. Next section that'll come down will be a balayaged piece painted on. I love using the Joico Blonde Life Lightener. Like I said before, it was specifically designed for people, with heavily highlighted, double processed hair. To me, I feel like it's a very well-rounded lightener. I can use it for many different things: highlights, balayage. I can slap some tips on the corner of on the top of a male's hair at the sink. Just I've even used it as a soap cap to remove color as well. It's just, again, very, very versatile. Love the consistency, love the way it lifts so evenly. Honestly, my go-to for the last couple years. And here we are working into the front, doing 2 baby lights back to back. I want it to be seen but not quite as bold around the front. And then what I'll also do is, right after I do these 2 baby lights back to back, I'm then going to go in and I'm going to do some slices, but I'm also going to back comb these little slices. I'm going to back comb those just so it gives us a little bit more of a diffused look, but you still get the pop and that bold effect. Again, only tapping the bottom, and this one I won't actually tap the sides, just leave those straight out. Bring this one back down, and we'll go ahead and baby light that just as well. And again, here we are, viewing from a different angle, going back to back, again with our baby light. The reason I chose to use a baby light, doing them back to back, she wanted it to be not so bold around the face. I still want to have a little bit of some pop, so that's the reason why we're using the baby lights, just so that we get that a little bit more softer effect. You're still able to see the blonde, but just not quite as bold, and leaving the ends out so we don't double process those. And working into now our slices with a little bit of back combing. I love utilizing the back combing because it gives me a more softer, diffused look, working up toward the base of the hair. And again, applying lightener and working it in an upward motion so that we have a more softer, feathered, subtle effect. And again, not going into the ends so that we are sure not to over process those. And here's a quick little finished result of what the foiling looks like. I'm going to root smudge her with a equal parts 6N and 7 NWB. I'm also going to tone all the ends with the 8 and 9 NWB because, like I said before, I want to see warmth throughout the hair. And of course, shampooing with the Joico Blonde Life Brightening Shampoo and Conditioner, and finishing off with the brightening mask. And here we have our beautiful finish. Lovely warmth throughout the hair, no more ashy, kind of like washed out tones, just a beautiful finished blonde color on a beautiful, oh so lovely client, Kristen. I think it came out magnificent. Perfect amount of subtlety with a little bit of pop. So in conclusion, I'd like to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video and for a possible consideration as an advisor position. I like to consider myself someone who is always willing to learn. I'm definitely a team player. I love being a part of all things new and exciting. Everything that I've experienced thus far with Joico and with Beth Minardi and all of the really awesome, innovative tools and
products and everything that comes out, I've had nothing but great experiences with. My clients love it, and I just really look forward to learning more with the company, to grow with the company, and even expand. A much larger relationship with the company and even into the salon. I aspire to be a business owner one day, so I think that would be an awesome partnership, with having a very reputable company like Joico, and me being an ambassador and representative of that company is something that I believe in so much. So again, thank you so much for your consideration, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. If you'd like to check out some more of my work, I'm on Instagram, Isaac Huerta, ISAACHUERTA. And again, I look forward to hearing back from you guys. Thank you so much.